Welcome back to another episode of EDC with me, and today we are talking about the SRK Survival Rescue Knife by Cold Steel. This is a knife that has been over-reviewed, I would say, in the last 5 to 7 years. I think it's been out for. I've got just the SK5 steel model. I believe I picked it up for about $34 on Amazon. And the reason why I'm making this video is I avoided this knife for some time, and I saw the SRK-C come out, which is the compact version here. And after owning the compact for about a month or so, like most knife purchasers, I couldn't resist buying the full size. This little guy here is excellent. I've already done, I think, 2 reviews on it. I kind of feel like it falls into more of a hunting type knife, if that makes sense to anyone out there. The SRK, to be frank, I thought it was going to be even larger than this. It's not much smaller, or larger, I should say, than the compact. But it is a much fuller handle, and it is a much thicker gauge stock of steel. And this, to me, does feel like a survival knife, and it also feels like a tactical knife. So it has this great balance of outdoor use, which I guess is there on the name, survival. And I guess rescue could be very similar to tactical, I guess. They're pretty much the same thing. So they've done an excellent job. This thing came screaming sharp, even sharper than the SRK-C. I'm not sure why or what the differences are there, but they're the same steel as far as I know. I do know there is a hollow grind in the SRK. And I believe, I didn't even look, which is pretty funny. Oh yeah, look at that. The SRK-C seems to be a flat grind, which I believe is what the SRK full size used to be. So this blade geometry beckons back to the last version of the SRK, whereas this one's beveled. You can definitely feel it here. This thing is a demon when it comes to cutting, so great job. I do want to point out this grommet here has patinaed already within the month, which I think is great. So it's not nearly as visible as this one, if that makes sense. It's distracting for a knife that's all blacked out, but it does patina up quite well. The other thing I wanted to notice, I wanted everyone that I have noticed to notice, that makes no sense, anyways, is the grip on here. I'm not sure how long the SRK has had this set up, but they're basically looks to be octagons with kind of a nipple in the middle with some lines on the top and bottom. The lines are ran through with the SRK-C, with the compact version. We'll just call it the compact. But what they changed here is there's a diamond-like pattern versus these octagonal shapes. I gotta say the upgraded, this diamond type texture is better. It's kind of, it's more grip, but it still allows for you to move around on the handle. Whereas this, it's probably just as grippy, if not more grippy, but it doesn't make repositioning very easily done. There's kind of a softness to it, or like a latency to it when you're trying to move around on the knife, whereas this one you can move around really quickly and it still has excellent grip. Just to bring in for some comparison, a more common knife, right here, the Gerber Strong Arm. Love this knife, made many videos of it, no reason for me to keep making comments about it, I guess. But just to give you an idea, the knife size comparison, the compact is very similar to the Gerber, just slightly smaller, whereas the SRK here is actually pretty close to the Gerber. Who'd have thought I'd make a video where I'm just moving knives around a table? Yeah, you can see there, like I mentioned too, it's a little bit smaller than what I had predicted. Not as small as, say, a minimalist, but if you give me 1 second. When I first saw this knife online, I had pictured in my mind something a little more similar to this guy here, which we all know. It's the K-bar. So for me, we'll go hilt to hilt there. This to me is a fighting type knife. It's obviously it was developed for our military, but you can see there that kind of gives you a good size perspective for the SRK full size and the Gerber, just so you know what you're getting yourself into. All that said, this guy, if I had to choose between these two knives in a survival rescue type situation, the stock is thicker on the cold steel, as you can see there. Maybe, not sure if you could pick that up on video or not. But if I had to choose between the two in a survival or combat situation, I 1000% would choose the cold steel. It's built much better. I've already bent this K-bar and I've barely used it, and the metal's as dull as it can be at the moment. So yeah, guys, just a quick video on the SRK, little comparison to the SRK-C, size comparison with the K-bar, just to give you folks a better idea what it looks like. And yeah, very happy. I will probably have more to come with the two of these as a pair. I've got a pretty good idea to combine these in one sheath, because they both do different jobs in my mind. That's it. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in comments, and thanks for watching.